So today I'm sharing, this is from Zohar, the Zohar written by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. The parsha, the portion is called beshalach. It's chapter 14, verse piece 160. And so it says, the moon became full. It inherited 72 holy names on 3 sides. And the first side is attained with the crowns of the supernal chesed, with 70 engravings of the light of the supernal Abba, the supernal Father, illuminating her. The second side is attired with the spears of Gvura by 60 lashes of fire and 10 lashes of her own that descended from the side of the supernal Ima, the mother. Set judgments. And third side is attired in a purple garment that the supernal king called Tiferet, war, and which the Holy Son inherited with the 70 supernal crowns from the side of Abba and Ima. He includes both sides. So we have Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferet. Chesed is related to the right arm, related to giving, expansion. The planet Jupiter, for example, because it's so huge, it really accounts for a massive amount of gravity of our entire solar system. Gravity being here when things are in orbit, they're like in a perpetual free fall state, kind of falling around something that's moving, that's rotating. And then the other side is Gevura, and this is the left arm. Neither one's good or bad. This is about lines, cutting in half, saying this is this is that. Boundaries, limits, edges, really, we call it sometimes. And we have it sort of as like mother, father. Mother is the one that separates her legs, and father inserts, which is to connect, to put in. So we kind of have father as the giver and mother as the receiver. And, father gives the love and mother receives her heart, the love. Not saying that we both don't have inside of each of us a mother and father. Like, I'm moving into something after this, you'll see why, about Abba and Ima, we're reparenting ourselves, we have both. But in this case, they're as two almost like symbols. And we have here that there were 2 crowns from the side of Abba and Ima, which are, I forgot, the son, or the Holy Son is like a king. It's like the mother, the father is the king and queen, and then the prince, which becomes the king. And the purple, it's like the king, and these are the royal appointers. And so anyway, so then you have Tiferet, which is like the torso. It's like the heart. It's like the middle. That's what I was trying to say, where we have both in the Tiferet. And the reason this is so important is because this week happens to be in their 7 weeks where the Jewish people in the Bible, in the Torah, I only believe in the New Testament. We're not talking about New or Old Testament. I only believe in the Old Testament. There's no New Testament, because if you would see, something and then you say, oh, no, I'm changing my mind. Sure, you could change your mind, but it doesn't change what you saw. So the original is the true, and then it actually says in the original, you're not allowed to change. If you have a testimony at a court case, you don't change your testimony when it suits you, just because you like something else better. It's true, the truth. So here I'm believing in the original truth. So anyway, so in there was 7 weeks from the time that there was Passover and the sanctuary was erected, and then the princes brought their offerings of each tribe, and then you had, or the leaders, and then you had 7 weeks of counting 7 weeks of the crop of the offering called the Omer. And then finally there was the day of receiving the Torah. And this was all like overlapping in terms of each one has its own energy. But as Jewish people, we're waiting for the day called Shavuot. Shavuot means weeks. The 7 weeks have passed. Now each week is connected to a different sephira. Here we're talking about spheres, energy. We had mother, father, that were related to Chesed, Gvura. Sometimes mother, father is related to Chachma, Bina, which is intellectual instead of like more attributes, intellectual attributes versus like emotional or energy in motion. So intellective attributes are more like the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So anyway, here we have the sun, the Tiferet, which is where both are inside, and which 2 crowns from the side which are ayin beis, 72 names. 70 from the side of chesed, and 2 witnesses, 70 from the side of gevura, and 2 scribes. And think about it. When you're writing down, scribes are the writers. It's kind of like you're cutting the blankness of the page. Then you have 70 from the side of Tiferet with 2 colors for glorification. In other words, when you have beauty of Tiferet, and this week, what my point was that this week is Tiferes. So this week is Tiferet simply means the beauty, the harmony. It's the black and the white, the edges and the blur, the water and the fire, the giving and the receiving. That's how you get balance, harmony. In this place, they're engraved, one in the other, and the holy name emerges from them, which is the secret of the chariot. And the chariot here being like, you could be the chariot, or there is a vision of a chariot by some of the prophets that are in the writings and the prophets' visions. And then we have here the patriarchs are engraved to be joined together. So the patriarchs were considered a chariot. The 3 fathers being Abraham, Isaac, Jacob renamed Yisrael. We have Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov as their Hebrew names. And they are considered to be a chariot. And we could say that they're the holder of this energy. The energy uses them. They allow themselves to be used. The way that a horse is directed wherever the rider wants it to go. It's like a chariot. So we have in terms of Gevura, and now I'm going to talk about the 72 names. So we have in Chesed, there's 8 across, 8 times 9, 72, right? So you have 8 across, and 9 down. These are columns. It's like a grid. And when you are scanning, you scan, remember 72 holy names. So you scan down. You scan down from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looking down row 1, then looking down all the names row 2. Then we have Gevura, where the scanning direction is from left to right. And you have 8 on one side, 9 on the other side. And you go from the first, so columns are from top down, rows are across. So you go across from left to right, Gevura on the first row, second row, third row, and so on. And then you have, in terms of Tiferet, you go down, like Chesed, and so we had Chesed going down each column. We had Gevura going across each row from left to right. We had Tiferet, where we're scanning in the rows across. So it's like Chesed in terms of going from top to bottom. Let's see. Yeah, per row. So the next one, in the 72 names, we letters are taken from the top down to and right to left per row. So it's like row 1 right to left, row 2, right to left, row 3, right to left. So going from top down in each row. So I want to talk about the work here of IFP is intensive feeling psychotherapy. And I'm going to go into this tomorrow, but I'm going to say that there was a gathering I went to, I think it was 2 years ago or so, and it was about Aquarius, and we're in the age of Aquarius. It is associated with the month of Shevat. We're now in Iyar. Today's Rosh Chodesh. Happy Rosh Chodesh. So there was Nisan. The month before Nisan is... So we're in Iyar. Then before that is Nisan. Before that is Adar. Before that is Shvat. So it was a few months ago. And... the Shvat as the month is like an acronym for Sheyishma B'Sar Tovus, we should hear good news. The color is blue-green. It's an air sign. Aquarius is carrying water, which is the Torah or Chesed. The Chesed being the giving, the loving kindness is a pale. And sometimes, these are not so simple. Like too much Chesed could be not just loving kindness. It could drown the other person. It's without boundaries. And too much Gvur could be harsh. It's cutting too many limits. It's mine and it's yours, and it's very separate. And it's like, it can cause suffering because it's like too much judgment. So the sense is taste, the organ is stomach. The letter is tzaddik, which is the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. And the tribe is Asher, which is pleasure, prosperity, riches, abundance, oil. Olive is the olive oil is the 6th of the 7 species of Israel. And, in terms of the tzaddik, that letter, it also is from the saying tzaddik yisod olam. Tzaddik means righteous. Tzaddik means righteous, and the tzaddik supports the world. Righteousness is the foundation of the world. It's the secret. It's the creativity and abundance manifestation of this world. And Tu B'Shvat, actually, we had the New Year for the trees. It marks the tithe when it's the 10th. The Jews give a 10th of the crops, and also it's the 3rd year. We don't eat the fruits of a tree or use them for the first 3 years. It's called Orla, which is the same as what is like for when a man has to still be circumcised. And on the 11th of Shvat is when the Lubavitcher Rebbe of my lineage that I grew up in, he spoke they call it a maimer or a sicha, depending on what it was. Anyway, he said, Basi Lagani, from the quote from Shir Shirim, come to my garden, my sister, my bride, come to my garden. And also his father-in-law, the previous Rebbe, spoke about it. And the tree of life is the 15th day, and we know that it's in the 11th month. So the Tu B'Shvat is, we're now in the 2nd month, but this was in the 11th month, is Yud, He, and Vav, He, which is tetragrammaton. So the 15th day of the 11th month is, Yud is 10 and He is 5, first 2 letters, and Vav and He, this is kind of in the world. So tomorrow I'm going to get into the work. What does it mean to do the work? To be able to really reparent ourselves. That's going to be the theme tomorrow. Looking forward. The reason I did this with the eyes and the seeing and the scanning and the letters is because an Aquarius, which is, because the theme for Iyar is all about health and, here the tree of life, and also the tribe of Asher is richness, abundance, prosperity, pleasure, tastings, the stomach, winter's over, that's the idea, is the organ, so in terms of health, and also, this month is all about the light, and seeing the Torah, and connecting, and so I'm sort of bringing in a different month, and I should be honoring I'm honoring Iyar, but at the same time, I'm sharing in a few things. Now, Iyar is a month of light and healing, so I just want to wish everybody a month of light and healing. May the disease of loneliness be wiped out, and everybody, it's like a cancer. May everybody be completely, it's not like a cancer. What I meant was, it could seem like it's a cancer. Maybe it be wiped out of everybody. Amen. May it be the will of our Creator, of our Savior, the one who does the surgeries on cancer, or radioactively, or removes the cancer, or makes sure everything is growing in a regulated way, in a stable, healthy way. Good night. Happy Rosh Chodesh.